everyone, it's Joyce, and today for my entertainment segment, I want to talk about the show Impractical Jokers and why I think season 10 might be the last one. So if you don't know what Impractical Jokers is, it's a show on True TV. It's been around since 2011, and it's a show about three lifelong friends and comedians that compete to embarrass each other. And if they refuse to do what the others say, then they lose. It's been a formula they've been doing for years. It's been working, but there's a big change, and I feel like a lot of people know what this change is. But before we get into why they're not doing well, let's talk about where they were doing well. So first of all, they maintained 1 million views per week for 8 seasons straight. Now that's very great, and that's pretty big considering they were the #1 comedy show for a long time, and they did that just by having the same formula. And through doing that, they also were able to have other adventures, such as a game. They have a game called The Wheel of Doom. It's an application available on Play Store, and I'm assuming the one for the iPhones, whatever that one's called, Team Android here. And that has 100,000 downloads. It's 3.8 star reviews, and that's from like 1,000 reviews, so that's decent. And they also had a cruise at one point. They had 4 cruises. It ran from February 10th to February 14th, 2020. That cruise was round trip out of Miami to now how do you say this? Nasu? I don't. They had a cruise, okay? And that was pretty cool. And along with that, they had a movie, which didn't do particularly well. They had a $3 million budget, and they earned back $10.7 million in gross revenue. And okay, they earned back their budget, but the reviews weren't great. They had a 5.8 rating out of 10 on IMDb and 35% on Rotten Tomatoes. So all that aside, most of their fame was from the show itself. The app was cool. The cruise, I'm sure, was great. The movie probably shouldn't have happened. So one of the main reasons why I think the show's not doing too well, or at least has a different feel, is because the 4 best friends are now 3. Originally, it was Sal, Hugh, Murr, and Joe. But Joe is no longer part of the show. So he left for personal reasons. He and his wife of 8 years are divorcing. So he backed away from the show, and he said he's going to focus on being a great dad, co-parent, and getting back to his comedy. That's all great. You know, you're allowed to take a step back and focus on your priorities, but without him, this show is not the same. There's real examples of this all around us. For example, when Fresh Prince changed Viv, when That 70s Show lost Eric, when American Idol no longer had Simon, and when Blue's Clues no longer had Steve. The proof is in the pudding. Once the main character, the favorite main character, leaves, the show's ratings and viewership goes down, which leads to the show's cancellation. Definitely without Joe having his hands in the producing and also the comedy of the show, because he was great. He has a lot of funny moments, even just without saying anything. He contributed so much with just a look. But without him, the content's feel has changed, and a lot of people are noticing. So the show has a different feel, and the jokes are becoming mean-spirited. I didn't watch the full, and I don't feel like I have to. I didn't watch the full second half of season 9 because just based off the Eric Andre episode, I was like, I don't like this. The graphics are too much. It doesn't feel like Impractical Jokers. Now it feels like Jersey Shore. Like the graphics, at least, not the actual content. But the content itself. They changed from making fun of the jokers themselves to kind of mean-spirited jokes. There's even an article that says it's starting to feel like a lamer version of Jackass. Quoting the article. I didn't say that, the article did. The visuals are making me uncomfortable. This is a quote from Reddit. The pacing and editing feels weird. Someone even said the neon sign looks horrible. I kind of agree. Just everything, I don't know what happened, but just without Joe, it's starting to feel just not right. Because once you've become an Impractical Jokers fan, Although the content itself has changed just a little and the graphics have gotten better, and as well as the camera quality, overall it's the same four guys doing the funny things and embarrassing each other. And they have all of their roles. Sal falls out from laughing too hard. Murr gets embarrassed from failing at asking a girl out. Q has his limits, but he'll deal with the punishment of him having, a turkey leg, two turkey legs, I'm pretty sure, chained to his hands as punishment.
Scoop, skip potatoes. Scoop, skip potatoes. Scoop, skip potatoes. Scoop, skip potato. Bang. Scoop, skip potato. Scoop, skip it. Boom.
They all have their thing, and without the fourth, it just feels uneven. And so there are people who still like the show and they're OGs and they're like, yeah, this is still great. I love this. But then there are others where I'm leaning towards where this show just feels too different. It doesn't feel the same. And I know change is normal, but as we've seen with the previous shows that I've mentioned, change ruins the show. Whether it's a casting change, editing style, we notice. So I do believe that this will be the last season of Practical Jokers. If not that, they will lose their viewers and keep trying to change the formula they already had, which they've done, but keep changing it until something sticks. The only thing I think will be better for them is just to go on hiatus, wait till Joe comes back, or just park the ship. Park it, because it's not that good anymore. I'm still watching old episodes because I miss Joe that much. Do you agree with my points? Let me know why or why not in the comment section below, and give me any recommendations for any shows you want me to review, talk about, discuss. For more storytime, food reviews, and entertainment, like and subscribe, and as usual, stay curious, my friends.